Hey everybody, Ben here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up for yourself each and every day. Well, yesterday's energy was definitely off, and I'm happy to be back here today. Our word, if you're here from the short, you already have a backstory. If not, our word was settlement. And with the supporting angel number card, it came more like leaving a relationship or a situation, coming to an agreement, or walking away. It gave very strong uh, Seven of Swords energy. And sure, it could be a place. We could look at it as a settlement, as a community. But with our supporting angel number card of letting go, goes into losses become gains, potential, starting over, bury the past, new adventures. When this ties into that Six of Swords energy, we're looking at, let's just say, a relationship, whether we were together or dating, and uh, we're leaving. Maybe there's a bit of argument over possessions or items or things purchased together or acquired. And that Six of Swords is really like just leaving everything, not even fighting, going. Obviously, taking some of our personal belongings, but it's not even worth the fight. It is so riddled with disease, the situation, whatever would have came to the surface as a truth, or your realization of the toxicity. And we can look at the items, the possessions, the money, whatever it is, and hold on to that because it's given value here. And that makes sense. And we all do have to survive. I'm not taking that away at all. But when we really think about it, the damage done, the toxicity, the deception, uh, is done so much more damage inside, whether we can recognize it now or not, for years or decades, versus this fucking fabricated possession of money or material or matter that we may hold value and want to fight over or argue. And that Six of Swords, if you actually look at the card, they don't have much. It's a woman and a child, and it's like I looked at the situation, all that stuff, that matter, the material isn't even worth it. Like myself or my child is so much more important to get out of this toxic, diseased, riddled fucking hole. And they go. They just go. And like I said, that damage that could have been done or needs time to heal is uh, so much more important in here than this material or this matter or starting over, if we really think about it. But this is this whole idea of actually putting ourselves first and doing things that are healthy for us versus allowing the external to guide us, lead us, to direct us. Uh, Same thing with a living situation. If it's toxic or we have bad neighbors or, it's just a not very energetic place, but we were comfortable. And now moving on, well, we have to move. That's uncomfortable. Change is different. We have to learn all the roads, feel uncomfortable, all sorts of stuff. But this is where really losses become gains. Uh, when we place everything on a value of monetary or comfort, we keep ourselves in that place for comfort or safety, whatever works. But what is that damage doing in here? How often are we actually reflecting on what's going on in here and how this is affecting me? Is this bettering my life? Is this healthy for me? How does it make me feel energetically, but also internally in my body? And when we finally turn that coin, as that woman made the decision to leave a place of comfort or stability or these possessions or items to protect her child and herself, to place herself in a place of uh, a healthy living, if we will, or comfort in her own way, she let go. She let go of these things that we often hold dear to us as valuable and put herself in a place of value. Granted, again, everybody's situation is different, but uh, we come to that realization eventually, and it's not worth a fight. It's not worth anything. If the other person is using it as value, well, obviously they value such a thing, and that's okay. And It's another way to get under our skin or get us to interact a bit more. It is this hold, it is power, it is struggle. And when is it even worth it anymore? Like I said, everybody's situation is different and we all hold on to things differently. And I'm speaking of in the matter, the material possessions. And it is, uh, when you come to that realization, well, they think they fucking won, but they really didn't, because it's like nothing's worth it. You're not worth it. All those possessions aren't worth it. Absolutely nothing is worth it. And that has a very strong statement in its own. We got the spirit card. Uh, Being connected. This is where it's at. Granted, we are here. I'm not taking away the idea that it's wrong to have nice things or to experience things and to decorate our life around us with all these items. But to that Six of Swords, I just keep going back. Well, I don't have the real card here to see it if you've never seen it, but it's very clear that none of that mattered. What matters is here, my energy, my connection, my flow, my peace, what's healthy for me. And sure, we might have to start over. I don't know if I said it in the beginning, but when we think about, there are times when we might leave a situation and then we're starting over, and we might try to acquire things to bring into our experience to make us feel comfortable or fulfilled in a way. And we might catch ourselves starting to bring things back into our experience that we had in this past experience. And that might be a connection still, holding on to that of a place of comfort or whatever we felt suited us at that time. But we're also going into a whole new space, and uh, that's starting over. This is a new us. We're not in that energy anymore. We're not in that space anymore. We may bring these items in and find that they're not fulfilling, or they have this signature that isn't sincere to us anymore. This whole starting over, a lot of people talk about purging and removing things. There's a lot going on, and uh, we're expanding and learning and growing as a whole as well. In that experience. Whoa, 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 whoa. Got a couple cards up, right? In the order that I saw them, we got Six of Swords. Well, there it is. A brighter future. That is, if you really reflect on that card, and depending on our situation, we have, in the end, we have nothing either way in our mind. We have, at that time of, a low place in our mind, we look at this as a very toxic situation that is not of a benefit to us. It's doing more damage than good. And we're leaving with nothing and going on this boat to, I don't know where. I don't know what's out there, but I know it's got to be better than this. I know I deserve better, or I need better. I need to be in a place of uh, calmness, stability of some sort. We then had the Eight of Cups, spiritual growth. We saw something, and we started to wake up to something, whether a wound of another or our own that we were placating, keeping ourselves in, or just general behavior, and we haven't put all the puzzle pieces together yet. During this pattern, we chose ourselves. We chose to uh, remove this connectivity of a person or an item or a location or a place or a job, family, whatever we want to look at here, and chose to place ourselves in a position of authority over our experience. We then had Page of Cups reversed, immaturity. We can beat ourselves up a bit on our decisions or making a mistake or not seeing things clearly. But at the end of the day, we would have never learned or experienced such a thing if we didn't go through it, if we really think about it. We don't have to hurt ourselves. We don't have to be mad at ourselves. Wasted time, wasted money, wasted self-image, or what do they call it? reputation, whatever we might be beating ourselves up about, we would have never learned if, or experienced that, or had the ability to experience it if we wouldn't have went through it. We got to be open with that. We got to be gentle with ourselves through that, because if you really think about it, if you never went into that situation and everything was just peachy, we would have never experienced it. We would have never saw it. There would be nothing to compare it to or reflect on it. So, be gentle with ourselves here. The Empress reversed, self-focus, uh, putting it on us, going back to what is important here, what is healthy for me. We may not know fully. There might be a little trial and error there, and that's fine. We are rebuilding, we are relearning, and say we are in a bit of a pattern situation or working out of a wound or a codependency, a self-image type of deal, suppressed femininity or masculinity aspect uh, presented through us through authorial figures throughout life. However this all ties in together, we're really reflecting a lot on this naturally through this aspect to get to this understanding ourselves and making decisions that truly are in our best interest, uh, and comparing, not in a negative way, but if we're going to make a decision, it's like, well, how is this going to reflect on me? How is this going to benefit me? And not in a financial aspect that I'm using someone. It is this best for me? Is this going to keep me in a respectful state that I am respecting myself as well as others? And it's not toxic. It is uplifting. It is moving me forward, not creating stagnation or a negative experience. A Nine of Pentacles reversed, dependence. We can look at this on that. I just briefly spoke of it, that, if we're working out of a wound, and everybody takes offense when I say that word for some reason, but it is something that hurt us. Whether it has something to do with our self-esteem or our self-image, or back to that suppressed femininity or masculinity, or our voice, anything and everything that we feel triggered by or suppressed, or a dependency, a codependency, we can pull or attract people that are that wound, that will show that to us inside of us, and it'll make it feel worse, or it'll even cover it up a bit. We'll pull people, like say I have a self-esteem issue, I might pull people in that really mask that talk it up, or the polar opposite. I'll pull people in that really make me feel worse inside. The people that are going to mask it and cover it up, well, I'm dependent on that situation, so I don't have to face that. It makes me feel better. Probably not 100%, but they say a bunch of things, and I need that reassurance all the time to feel better about myself. So I seek that out. We're leaving that. We are through this whole situation to have come to this point. We would have had to see something beyond just dealing with a shitty person, and we're leaving this cycle. We are really reflecting a bit here and navigating our future. And it's not, sure, it can start out as having all these checklists and red flags, and, well, if this person does that, they're a horrible person, I'm not going to talk to them or interact with them. And it can start out that way, but the farther along through the path, there comes an understanding that goes beyond just this surface level of assumptions or projections of past behaviors. Knight of Pentacles reversed, procrastination. To see it for what it is. Often when I see the Knight of Pentacles, we're focused on something, we're doing something, or we're trying to figure something out, and he's just like, hey, it's over here, it's right here. Whether we chose not to see the truth, it more or less seems that maybe we may not have been able to see the truth. Were we looking for it? That's up to you to decide. But there comes a time that when we have these insecurities or wounds, if we will, we're dependent on certain situations, people, places, or things to prop them up, to protect them, to keep them alive and safe, versus actually seeing it. And like I said, we may not even be able to see it. A lot of times we're asleep through this. And eventually we come to this place of seeing it and taking action on it. And that's not always an easy path. We have to take accountability at the same time, and that's uncomfortable to certain people. But we finally uh, have seen it or taken acknowledgement to it. And when we actually do see it, this all becomes so much easier because we see it for what it is. It's not hidden. It's not just an aspect that we think we are, an identity or whatever we may want to go with. It is a facade, a mask, and we can take action on it. And of course, hopefully, be committed on fully healing it and doing what keeps us in a place like this. I'm going to leave this here. If this resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, or subscribe, and I will talk to you all later.